In newspapers and on websites around the world, condemnation of a decision by Canada's Immigration and Refugee Board. A ruling described as racist, shocking, and saddening. The man at the center of that ruling, 31-year-old Brandon Huntley, a white South African who first came to Canada in 2004 and later claimed he was a refugee, the victim of political persecution, he said. Last week, a Canadian tribunal agreed, granting him asylum.
Yeah, I think he's just lying low.
Huntley wasn't talking about the decision today, but his lawyer was. Russell Kaplan, also South African, argued his client was violently attacked by blacks repeatedly and further victimized by the government's affirmative action policies.
Your client is a refugee because he was having difficulty finding employment?
Okay, that's a good question. He's not a refugee because of that only. He was not living in peace, and he was a victim of these attacks.
South Africa's representative in Canada called the allegations patently false, saying millions of white South Africans do live in peace, adding there are no records of the violent incidents Huntley cited with either police or hospitals.
The nature of the man that he is an unskilled laborer from what we determine, from what gathers from the media, excerpts which we have seen so far, is likely to be not such a highly credible character.
There was also skepticism about Huntley's claims on the streets of South Africa's biggest city.
We're all getting mugged, black or white, colored, whatever. It's the same thing. It's not a racial thing.
I think maybe he just loves Canada and, that's his way of getting into the country.
South Africa's High Commissioner met with representatives of Canada's immigration minister today and is pressing the government to appeal the ruling in federal court. For now, the government will only say it's reviewing the decision. Krista Erickson, CBC News, Ottawa.